Cool. So let's get started. So welcome everybody, as I mentioned, to our AIT Virtual Open Day. My name is Donna and I'm actually going to be hosting today. To start with, AIT acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea and community. We pay our respects to the elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples today. We are thrilled to be a part of your journey in taking your first steps towards carving out an exciting and rewarding career doing what you love, whether that might be in film, animation, 3D design, games, or mobile app development. I would like to introduce you to our team of student enrolment advisors who will be guiding you throughout today's virtual sessions. Feel free to come on. I'm just going to get Thais to wave, who's from International.
Hey everyone,
Anthony.
welcome.
Anthony.
Oh, hello, sorry. How you going?
Charlotte.
Hello everyone.
Henry.
Hey everyone, how are you?
And this is our amazing team to help you today. Whilst we would have loved to meet you face-to-face on campus, COVID had other plans for us, but we have sure planned a very exciting day for you. So let's take a look at the timetable for today. Wants to go over. So as we are starting with, we're starting with a bit of a welcome to AIT presentation. At 10:25 to 11:10, we will be having a bit of a live demo with our 2D animation teacher, Nick, and also having a bit of a chat to our graduate, William. Following on 11:20 to 12:05, we will be looking further into studying 3D modelling at AIT, and we will get to see a pretty awesome demonstration from Adam. 12:15 to 1 p.m, we're going to have a film session, and we're going to actually have our teacher, Dean, for a bit of a demonstration, as well as our graduate Paige. We have a really exciting 1:15 to 2 p.m. industry panel session, which I highly recommend for everybody to come along to check out. And also our 2:10 to 2:55 game design session with graduate Jack, and also a live demo with Carlton. And last but not least, 3:05 to 3:50, we're going to go further into games programming and even meet our grad Natalia as well. Awesome. So following on from our session from the industry speakers, this is who is actually going to be joining us today. It's a really amazing team that we're going to meet, and it will be a really great opportunity for you to actually do a bit of a Q&A with the industry professionals as well. Beautiful. So now I would like to invite Deputy General Manager of AIT, Ronan Mason, for a bit of a short presentation on how we prepare students for industry. Are you there, Ronan?
I am. Thank you, Donna.
Thank
Let me
you.
just switch over to my screen for you. Hi, everyone. Yeah, as Donna said, my name is Ronan. I'm the Deputy GM of AIT, and really excited to welcome you here today and share a little bit about what AIT is and how we can help you turn your ideas into a creative career. I just thought before I did that, I would just give you a brief background about myself, because I have worked for the last 20 plus years in the creative industries, both here in Australia, in Sydney and Melbourne, and also in London and the UK. I was lucky enough to get my first job working at PlayStation as an avid young gamer. That was really exciting, and went on to have a really exciting career in music for Warner Music, Universal Music, and then later setting up the online video team for MTV here in Australia. So I know what it's like to have a passion for this sector, and I also know what it's like to carve out a really successful career. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of insight and support through this process as you make a decision to study with us. So, courses for the creative industry. So here at AIT, we're passionate about enabling our students to go on to incredible things, to work on amazing projects for great companies, and to make a career out of what you love. There's a great quote that says, choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I really felt like that working in music. And I think if you're sitting there with a creative passion, you're thinking about how can I do something that I love for a job and get paid for it, right? And we're here to help you do that. And at AIT, we've been doing that for over 20 years now, both in Sydney and Melbourne. And we're part of the iCollege Group, which is a publicly listed education provider and group of schools. So our students graduate with an accredited higher education bachelor or diploma in your chosen field. And as you can see here, that might be film, games programming, animation, design, or mobile app development. And this is the equivalent of a certification that you would also receive if you were studying at a public university, right? So you leave having got the same accreditation as a university. So what makes us proud is that we actually change people's lives, right? We take that creative raw talent and we craft it into something that enables those students to make a career out of it. And so really the best way to do that, I thought, was to kick off with a couple of inspiring stories about some of our recent graduates. So firstly, let's meet Joel and Chelsea. Joel and Chelsea graduated in 2018 with a Bachelor of Interactive Media in 2D animation. From a young age, they were both super passionate about drawing, about anime, manga, comics, Marvel, and their vivid imaginations were larger than life. And they couldn't imagine themselves doing anything other than animation, which led them to study with us at AIT. They completed an internship at Flying Bark Productions in Sydney as part of our intern subject, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a couple of slides. And this resulted in permanent full-time employment as technical animators. And since then, and as you can see on the slide here, they've worked on some major productions, including Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Lego Monkey Kid. So imagine being a passionate animator, coming to study with us, getting an internship, and then that internship turning into a job on a show that they were passionate fans about as younger kids. Let's go through to another example now. Let's meet Audrey. Audrey had a passion for storytelling. This led her to a Diploma of Interactive Media at AIT, and now she's a video editor and director working with brands, small businesses, and agencies all around Australia to produce branded content, TV commercials, and videos. And you can see her showreel here, and she's worked for some really large clients like Qantas, David Jones, Red Bull, and Ubisoft Australia, amongst others. So these are the kinds of quality projects that our students go on to produce. Now, remember, our graduated students like Audrey were once sitting in your seat, not really knowing if they could turn that hobby into a career. But by choosing to study at AIT with us, they were able to turn that passion into their profession. So make a career out of what you love. As I've already mentioned a couple of times, we're in the business of helping you make that career out of your hobby. We pride ourselves on getting to know our students' passions, their sources of inspiration, and their unique artistic style. We do this because we believe in cultivating the creativity and potential of every individual. Being creative is a passion, but it can also be a career. Creative media and technology is growing at such a rapid rate now that not only do you get to do something you love every day, but you'll eventually get paid to do it as well. So one of the key differences I think of studying with AIT is that we simulate the demands of industry. And I think this is really, really important for our students. When you study with us, we make sure that you are crafting your passion in a way that will prepare you for your first job. So to do this, what we've done is we've found the balance between foundational education and software-based training. So you'll learn the theory, of course, but you'll also get your hands on the tools so that you know how to put that knowledge into practice. Essentially, our courses give you an in-depth set of skills that are relevant to the demands of industry. So, as the slide shows, you'll master the industry standard software, stuff like Unreal Engine if you're doing game design, or maybe Premiere Pro if you're working in film. Then you'll learn to work in teams and deliver through project-based work. And you'll be always focusing on developing a strong portfolio that you can graduate with, because that will help you get your first job. So one of the key ways, I should say, that we do this is by immersing you in real-world training via our industry preparation programs, which I'm now just going to give you a really quick insight into. So this is all about getting you job ready. And these are 3 exclusive industry preparation programs for your final year of your bachelor's. Firstly, it's the Forge, which is hugely exciting. This rigorous 3-subject program will see you collaborate as part of a production team to conceptualize and produce depending on what you're studying, your own short film or documentary, TV commercial, music video, game, animation, or mobile app, which you'll then pitch to an industry panel for feedback. So imagine taking something that you're passionate about, crafting it into one of these things, and then being able to pitch that out to industry for their real-time feedback. That's really, really exciting. Secondly, we have Launchpad. So technical know-how is great, but it's not always enough to reach the top of your game. Our Launchpad subject is designed to give you the soft skills you need to land your dream gig and excel in your career. And this covers off stuff like how to create a really good resume, how to interview well and the techniques in order to try and help you get that first job, and also personal branding and how you can communicate that personal brand out to employers. And then finally, one that I'm really passionate about is the internship subject. And ultimately, this lets you do a 120-hour internship in exchange for course credits. So what that means is you're studying a subject which is out in the workplace. So giving you valuable on-the-job experience and a network of meaningful contacts. And quite often those internships can lead to employment once you graduate from AIT as well. So as I've said, we connect you to industry. We know it's not just about what you know, but it's also about who you know and making those valuable connections. That's why we provide regular opportunities for our students to connect with and get recognized by industry. So we have relationships with literally hundreds of companies across Sydney and Melbourne that love to give our students opportunities to learn. And as I said, quite often end up hiring them after they graduate. Here's just a selection of some of our industry partners. And as I said, we have hundreds of these. Everyone from Unity, we've mentioned Flying Bark, Where to Workshop. We've got some really solid industry relationships across the creative sector and also the technology sector. And these partners, they'll sit on our Forge panels, they'll do regular talks with us. And of course, as I said, they'll host you in the internship program. One of the key ways we connect with industry is our Master Talk presentations. And this is where we host some of the biggest names in the business on campus to give students insights into what it's like to work on flagship productions. So the likes of the special effects on Game of Thrones and maybe Aquaman. And Dean, one of our educators, actually worked on Aquaman, and you'll be hearing from him a little bit later. And bottom left there, you can see Jose Zelaya. He's an animator who works for Disney and has worked on amazing, amazing productions like The Lion King, Futurama, and The Simpsons. So you'll get to hear firsthand from people like Jose and how they have created a career in something they love. So that's just one of the really exciting ways we're going to connect you out into industry. So one of the most exciting things we do for our students as well is the annual student showcase events and awards nights. I've got a 60-second video here that shows you one of our events, Dot Motion, and this is for our film, animation, and 3D design students. This is your opportunity as a student to walk the red carpet in Sydney and Melbourne and really see your work come to life on the big screen. It's almost like our own little Oscars party. So let's just play you this video really quickly so we can give you a taste of what that might look like. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a taste. You know, it's a really exciting event. One of the favorite things that we do every year for me personally. As I said, walk the red carpet, rub shoulders with industry and your fellow students and see that work that you've created on the big screen as if it was at the movies. And students often get offered job interviews, internships, and paid employment on the spot. It's a really great way that we enable you to rub shoulders with industry, as I mentioned. Our students also consistently rank as finalists in award festivals across Australia and around the world. in recognition of the quality, creativity, and technical excellence of their work. We really are proud to recognise and celebrate their outstanding achievements. And here you can see just a really small portion of the growing list of accolades our students have received in recognition of their work. And who knows, maybe you will study with us and one day be able to attend or win an award yourself. Now, I just want to really play you a quick 60-second reel of some of our other recent student work, because I think it's one thing for me to tell you how great it is to study at AIT, but obviously to see the work from the students really illustrates what you can learn and how you can craft those skills with us.
Oh my God!
I still get tingles down my spine watching that reel. It's really exciting to see what our students are producing, and it's just a really, really, really warm feeling to be involved with AIT and our students. So we have 3 intakes next year. The first one is in February the 7th, and we'd really love you to enroll with us, obviously, and join us on campus in February. We also have intakes in May and September, though, as well. So, you're going to get some more information throughout the day and an opportunity to learn how to enroll with us. But those are our 3 key intakes. Obviously, the next one being February the 7th. So a few months away, but we'd love you to join us then. We are fee help approved. And again, you'll hear more from the enrolment officers throughout the day. But in terms of how to apply today, if you live in New South Wales, you can apply directly to AIT by completing an application form. If you're living in Victoria and joining us today from Victoria, you can either apply directly and secure your spot now, or if you've already registered and paid for your VTAC account, you'll need to go through the VTAC offer rounds. And just a reminder, you should place AIT as your #1 preference to ensure you get an offer from us. And no ATAR, no worries. And again, the admissions guys will talk to you a little bit more about that throughout the day. And then just lastly, we have another event coming up, or another couple of events coming up in terms of AIT Grad Talks. So this is an opportunity for you to meet grads or graduates of AIT and discover how they turned their ideas into a creative career. So mark down Wednesday the 12th or Thursday the 13th of January. And that's 12 till 3. And you can register now. And I believe there's going to be a link dropped into the chat right now. So if you click that link, you can register to attend those events. And again, I said before, it's one thing for us to tell you how great AIT is, and we honestly believe it is an amazing school for you to study. But it's also really good for you to actually have the opportunity to hear from people like yourselves who have studied with us and what that meant for their creative journey, taking that passion, crafting it along the way with AIT, and then turning that into a career. So make sure you register for that event as well and join us on the 12th and 13th of January next year. So that's a little bit about AIT and a welcome. Again, thank you for giving up your Saturday and joining us here. We would love to have you enroll with us and join us to study in one of those study streams that I pointed out earlier. I think the big difference with AIT is our amazing connection to industry. It's a very hands-on course. So if you're sitting there and wondering if this is the course for you, it's a very hands-on course, and we'll take you and craft those skills that you have and really plug you into industry and enable you to turn that creative passion into a career. So thank you very much for joining us today. I'm going to pass you back to Donna now, and we're going to kick on with the program and get stuck into some more of the specifics. So,
Thank you, Ronan. That was fantastic. Really great. Awesome. So what I'm going to do now is share